Family, how goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great and exceptional day. All right, it's Tuesday. It seems like this week might go by a little bit faster than anticipated, but it's all good in the neighborhood. All right, today's word of the day is stunt, stands for prevent from growing or developing properly and whatnot. Now, I chose this word today because in the social media age, it doesn't matter what country you come from, it doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter. There's just a lot of people that have kind of stumped in their growth in life. Whether you live in the United States, Canada, Europe, Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, Central South America, a lot of people have had a stunt growth, and they're at a standstill in so many ways, especially from a maturity level. A lot of people get older, but they don't evolve, and a lot of times they end up disappearing, or they just end up staying where they're at because they're scared to take risks, they're scared to learn, they're scared. And my biggest pet peeve is, and this is how people have a stunt in their life. They're not willing to be vulnerable on any level, from an emotional level. They're not willing to be vulnerable, even to say, because this should not even be considered a vulnerability nowadays, but in certain instances it is. Um, Sometimes you're going to look like an idiot in life. That's a crazy concept, but it's the God's honest truth. Sometimes you're not going to know something in life. Even when you Google something and you look it up, your interpretation might be somewhat inaccurate when you say that, oh, I know this because I googled it, et cetera and so forth. I like to quote beautiful Judge Faith, who took over divorce court. She said on her old show, stop, because she was an attorney and of course she's a judge now. She said, stop trying to Google everything. Leave the legal jargon to the lawyers and the judges and whatnot. And that was the realest thing I could ever hear. Because certain things you might think that you know, but because people will go to court and think that they have all this stuff in order, and it's like, yeah, your interpretation is not specifically accurate in regards to that law and whatnot. And then she'll go into more detail and analysis when it comes to the law and whatnot. And it's the same thing when it comes to growth. A lot of times, us thinking that we know something and being corrected, a lot of times I'll say, I stand corrected. Or a lot of times, former coworker of mine used to say, I'm not wrong, I was misinformed. He'd love to say that. He was special. Because he was just one of those individuals that wanted to, be right all the time. And if he wasn't, he would say, I'm not wrong, I was misinformed. But, anyways, um, be vulnerable. Know that you're not going to know everything. Every day is a chance to learn something new. Okay. I mean, yeah, I just got, I'm a book guy. I just got started reading Bitcoin and Black America. Real great book. Definitely, if I was you, I would definitely look into getting it, because I want to learn more about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, not even just the inception of it, but how other people are utilizing it all at the same time. Because I know I don't know everything. I know me not reading and listening to podcasts and whatnot, that can stunt my growth because when you get older, you're not going to be around as many adults that you want to be around, especially when you have a job. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be around people that are, they're decent people, but they're not the kind of people that you're trying to um, build a business plan with. They're not the type of people you even want to hang out with when you get off of work. And that's not what work is for, anyways. The job is, you're not there to make friends. You're there to do your job. And, if you can grow in the organization that you're working for, then great. But there's instances where it's like, okay, hey, let me just do my 9 to 5 or whatever hours you work, and let me go home and work on my goals and aspirations. But if this is all I want, then great. But I always say, if that's all you want, then fine. But do not complain like a little child when you don't get the promotion, or you're like, oh, man, my job isn't cutting it. I got to get a second job. I don't want to, but I have to. Don't complain, because that in today's world, you're going to have to work harder whether you want to or not, unless you're just going to be a bum off the street. But in today's world, you're going to have to work harder. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Meaning, and when I say work harder, I'm meaning either you're going to have to work on a side business, you're going to have a side job, you're going to have a side hustle. It's going to be one or the other. But the days of only having one job and 40 hours a week is gone in the United States of America. Or you could do that, or you can and have about 15 people living up in one spot. All the metropolitan areas, from Florida to the Carolinas to Georgia, New York, California, Wisconsin. I mean, the list goes on and on. Unless you live in a rural area, and even then, if your money's not right, when emergencies happen, then you're going to be economically screwed then. Because a lot of people think they can move to a cheaper town, a cheaper state, and everything's going to be all right, and I can just be basic there. I was like, but what if you have a medical issue, Lord forbid? What if your car breaks down, Lord forbid, and you don't have enough money and enough access to capital to be able to take care of it? A lot of people don't think about these things. Because I've heard a lot. I remember seeing a lot of stories of people moving to cheaper states, moving to smaller towns, but because their money wasn't right when they moved, and their car broke down on them, or they had an issue with their house, or they had they had an issue medically and whatnot, they got kind of screwed. So no one can afford to be basic anymore. But that's why so many people are stunt in their growth and things of that nature, and they it's kind of like they're part of the can't get right crew because they don't want to evolve. You evolve, you disappear. I said it all the time. All right. So one of my favorite quotes from Royce the 5'9" before I get off here. Royce the 5'9" stated, and I quote: "You can take the heat. If you can't take the heat. Get your A out of the kitchen. Matter of fact, take your A back in there and wash the dishes." I couldn't agree with that statement more, because then a lot of times the people are forced to level up in this life. They think that everything's supposed to be perfect and fine, and there's not supposed to be any bumps in the road whatsoever in their life, and everything's going to be hunky dory. And life is never like that. Even for rich people, it's not like that. There's going to be bumps in the road. Things are going to happen. Things are not going to work out your way. It's like this whole perfect relationship nonsense that people that I hear online that people want to talk about, think they're supposed to live in, and there's never been a perfect relationship, and there never will be. Okay, even with all the money in the world, heck, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett proved that. But I digress. But nothing's going to be perfect. You got to be able to take the heat. All right. Now, my whole thing is not having unnecessary drama. There's going to be drama, but the drama should be at this level. A lot of people having drama at this level in life is a normal. In a relationship, specifically, is a normal thing. And on that note, I got to say, not this guy, not this time, and not in this life. And no, I'm good. Rather die alone. But anyways, on that note, I'm done. Most likely I'm going to go live on my YouTube channel and Facebook. I'm going to be talking about some certain things. And hey, you know me, I always like to get input. But on that note, family, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Don't forget to check out the online store. Support your local entrepreneurs or my Shopify store. Also, don't forget, if you're a crypto investor, stock investor, individual retirement account investor, bond investor, think about signing up with WEBULL. Put a penny in your account, get up to $900 worth of free stocks. Sign up with Acorns. You'll be able to get access to $20 worth of stock. Plus, you'll be able to utilize your debit card every time you make a purchase. And if it's $5.50, Acorns are rounded up. This is an option, obviously. Rounded up to $6. And then next thing you know, that money's being invested every time you swipe your debit card. So it's a cool thing. Stash, you're able to get up to $20 worth of free stock. Coinbase, you're able to get up to $10 to $20 worth of free Bitcoin. So sign up, all the links in the description. And as I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live broke like a fool. Take care, family.